Behind the Walls by Security Vision. Security and more. A whole lot more. So welcome to our first podcast at Security Vision, Behind the Walls. Michelle Weissman, welcome. This is really a lot of fun to have you.
Yeah, thanks.
So before we get too deep into some of our topics, who is Security Vision? Just a little background of how you started this, where you started this. I think it's fascinating, for example, how you came to Myrtle Beach.
Oh, long story. Okay, so long story short, I'm from Indiana, and I ended up in Myrtle Beach to play basketball for Coastal Carolina.
Hell, I love that. I think that's great. I probably saw you play.
Yeah, probably.
I probably did.
I was the point guard, if my height doesn't give it away. And had a lot of time, a lot of fun. And right out of college, I actually went to work for ADT Corporate, and that's how I got into the security industry. And worked for them for almost 10 years. Decided to take a year off when I had my second child, and then decided to start my own company.
I can do this better than they did.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right. Which I think it matters that you're here, you're local.
Yeah.
You come in every day as the owner, operator, and that's different than a national company.
Yes, absolutely. I know the goods and the bad from working with a corporate company and wanted to give it a personal touch to my existing customers and make sure they're taken care of. And they're not just a number, they're a customer.
When you started, it was all security, home security, wasn't it?
Absolutely. We started as, well, residential and commercial, and we also did some fire alarm and some access control. But
sort of what
security,
I think of when you talk security.
Correct. Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm.
And now it's a whole lot more that people may not be aware of. And on this episode of Behind the Walls, we're going to talk a little bit about outdoor living and what it means, because here, more than any place else, we probably have, 10, 11 months where you could utilize your outdoor space, and people don't.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Life is better outdoors, and that's what we want to provide to our customers.
It's hot, it's cold, it's dark, it's buggy, but we solve all those problems.
Absolutely.
So let's start talking about how we expand our living space. Let's go outside. Where do you start?
So with our customers, whether we're working with a customer that's building from scratch, or if it's a customer already has a home, within what we do everything for the home automation. So we'll bring what we're doing from the inside of the house to the outside of the house, whether that's mounting TVs, if it's bringing sound, if we're doing lighting, we're adding from the inside to the outside. And we've recently, over the last few years, have added in doing more of our outdoor kitchens as well.
Wow.
And you may say, well, Michelle, that's kind of weird. How'd you get into that? But
Michelle, that's kind of weird. How did we get into that?
So, I kind of thought the same thing when I first started looking at this, but I'm part of a great network group who is able to help us expand into this need that our builders were having.
So builders are saying people want outdoor kitchens.
People want outdoor kitchens, correct. People want this sometimes instead of a pool. So, it's kind of another...
Yeah, I would think an outdoor kitchen could get an awful lot of use.
Correct, yeah.
How much will you do in terms of... Because I think it's important to note, we're not decorating a patio. We're not putting new cushions out there. That's not the...
Well, we also sell furniture and
but
the outdoor living furniture as well.
But we're doing a lot more than that.
Correct.
So how basic to how extensive? I mean, if all I have is a grassed area in the back, where do you start and finish? Potentially.
Potentially, we could do a few things. So we help design the whole area. So we'll meet with our clients and we'll find out what their needs are. What does their space look like? Where would they like the area? And then we would help best design the area and the layout for what they're looking for. So that could start with a very simple, 6, 7, 8, 9 foot straight little kitchen to a big U-shaped kitchen. It could be anything from very basic to very custom. We also provide pergolas. So we do the pergolas that are automated. So if they have a space...
What's automated on a pergola?
So the roof. So sometimes you may want sun. Sometimes you might want shade. and especially to protect you from the rain.
So it can be covered.
It can be covered.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, how basic do you get in terms of, like, do you put down the bricks? Do you make a patio?
So we work with contractors
You can coordinate all that.
That we would coordinate it if they needed to add the pavers or brick or the patio. We have a couple great contractors we work with that can do that portion, and then we do everything else.
So what's sort of typical right now?
Typical right now.
Well, maybe there isn't. Maybe it's everything from soup to nuts. But
Yeah.
what keeps you busiest?
We have a builder who kind of does some basic kitchens for all of their clients, and it's very simple. But we have some of our custom builders who their clients want a little bit more. And that's where the specialty of our design comes in, and we can lay out based on what they're looking for.
Get into some details. When you talk about an outdoor kitchen, is that a grill?
So it's a lot more than that.
Okay.
So
I think I knew that, but I wanted to lead you in that direction.
It is. Well, that's, of course, usually where we start. And the kitchens we design the whole cabinets to providing the grills, the refrigerators, the ice makers, to the trash cannons built in.
Oh, full kitchen. Oh,
the
wow.
full kitchen. And it's put into, we like to use our cabinets that are full usable cabinets. So
Meaning
it's going to be a cleaner space, and you have a lot more storage than what traditionally people think of an outdoor kitchen, and it's wrapped with rock or brick, and they may only have one or two stainless steel drawers, and they get dirty, and people don't want to use them because they're dirty. Well, we provide a full enclosed outdoor kitchen cabinets, so it's all usable space.
wow.
Yes.
And the cooking part of it, what are we looking at? What do people see out there? I'm just trying to imagine this in my head and designing my own.
Yes.
What's out there?
So obviously people start with a grill. I like to offer the grills with the combo that you could add a griddle plate to it. So now you can you can have a griddle and a grill into one space. If somebody has a big area, of course, we can sell a separate griddle and the grill, but a lot of times people use the combo. The other popular thing is the power burner, where people could put in, like a big pot. They want to do a steam pot, or they're making soups or anything like that. And then there is the Evo grill is kind of that we sell. It's a flat stone, kind of like, people will refer to the black stone, which we can help provide and do the same kind of things. But that's a lot of people like that flat stone cooking.
How did you get to this? I mean, I'm listening to this and thinking, security to outdoor kitchens. How did this happen?
Again, I'm part of an integrators network, and I meet with integrators just like me all around the world, who we get together once or twice a year, and we talk about the trends and the needs and what our builders are asking for and how we're helping them. And another integrator out of Florida, who I'm really great friends with, had gotten into the outdoor kitchens and the outdoor living, and he was sharing with the group. And we, between them and our partners that we work with, our vendors, we found all the right solution of the right partners, the right equipment, the ones that we can give our lifetime warranty on all of our equipment.
Oh, that's kind of nice.
Correct. And that will stand behind it. We've had the people that, basically put together a nice little game plan for us to be successful, and said, if you talk to the builders, they will want your services.
Oh.
And so...
And has that proven to be true?
It is. It's proven to be true. As we start talking to them, they're like, oh, yes, if you could take this off my plate. I don't want to manage. I don't want to figure out...
Did that surprise you a little bit?
It did a little. But, as I started seeing it and people are doing more and more outdoor kitchens, it's true. Like, we definitely can help, and we're the one key solution that can provide all the low voltage needs from the inside to the outside.
Are you dealing with mostly new construction or existing homes? That's part one. And part two, who's doing this? Are they people that are moving to the area? Somebody that was in New York or Ohio and said, I want to live my fullest life at the beach?
Well, it's a little bit of all of that.
I knew that.
It
That's
really
why
is.
I loaded you up. Yeah.
You did load me up for that one. So yeah, we do work with a lot of builders. So a lot of it is some new construction, but sometimes they don't do the kitchens all at once. So it may be a year or two after they move in. The biggest thing is if somebody's building a home, try to at least prep, get some gas, get some plumbing, in places where they may think they want it. We also do the fire pits and fireplaces outside. So, and of course, into that, we also provide the heaters and the misters. So we're talking about expanding your space outside. We also, we're the only one that's licensed and patent for this South Carolina area, working with a company out of Florida for a cooling misting system where we can put in these misters. It can bring the temperature down at least 10 degrees and you don't get wet.
Wait a minute. But they're called misters?
Well, yes, or cooling, but yes,
So
they are.
what does it feel
People
like?
refer to them as misters.
It doesn't feel like I'm in a misty area?
Correct. Yeah, if you're standing right next to it, you could get wet, but within 24 feet, I'm sorry, 24 inches from the mister itself, so we design where we're going to put them. You could be there, your hair's not getting wet, your phone's not getting wet, but you're
it's
cooling
cooler.
the space.
Wow.
Correct.
And it doesn't take much to feel better.
It does not take
If you're saying 10 degrees, that doesn't take much.
Yes. They also, it's a fan that's built into it as well. So let's say you don't necessarily need the misting, but you want the fan movement, the air movement. It's
Which is
also
sometimes-
a fan. So it's a fan and or you add the misting. And then for the off-season wintertime, they also can be provided with heaters. So it's a dual unit.
Wow.
So in the winter, you can heat the space, and in the summer, you can cool the space.
So I want to talk a little bit about one of my favorite topics because I do audio. Outdoor audio, it's not what it used to be. I can put my radio out there or a boom box. You do a lot more than that.
We do a lot more than that, yes. And we sell some wireless products if there's no way we can help somebody. But the best thing that we like to do is use landscape speakers. We bury the subs. We space
Wait a
the
minute.
speakers out.
We bury the subs means
So the sub, of course, brings that extra.
it's the bottom end. The
Yeah,
boom.
it's the bottom.
Yeah, that's one of your terms, but people are maybe like, what do you mean? A subwoofer sort of thing.
Subwoofer. You're right. Subwoofer.
Yeah.
I'm talking so nonchalantly.
That's
I
all
forget
right.
what I'm talking
That's
about.
why I'm clarifying it. So you hide those,
Yes.
and it's just out there.
Yeah. So you'll see part of it that comes up. It blends in with the landscaping, but the big base part of it goes underground. And then we have the landscape speakers that we design. Again, they hide into your landscape area. And we design it that goes around the outside of your yard area that points into your house.
And it's any audio source you want?
Yeah, so we would typically tie it to a streaming source. So, from your phone, you're streaming
Right.
your favorite services.
Wow.
And we design it based on, a customer's budget or what they're wanting to get out of their sound.
And being outside, what do they, right?
Yeah, so we have quite a few different options of speakers and things that we can provide, but that's what we do. We come out and we help design it at no cost and talk to the customers and find out what works best with them.
And I don't know, let's say it is football season and I want to be out in the backyard this fall and I want to watch my games. You can do that.
Absolutely. So
So, the one thing I always think about, how do I protect that TV from the weather? Isn't that a little bit dangerous?
well, we sell the true outdoor rated TVs.
Okay.
So whether
I didn't know there was such a thing.
Yeah, there's TVs that we wouldn't want to put in if it's partially covered or if it's completely out in the elements. We have TVs that we could help somebody out with, and the sound that goes along with them. And then, of course, it depends on the sun glare. Are you full sun? Are you partial sun? And that'll depend on the type of TV that we put in. Because if you have a TV outside, and a lot of people will do, they'll put a basic TV outside, which is great. They may replace it every year. But the problem is the glare. It's not made to be outside.
Right.
So there's certain times a day you're watching TV, but you really can't see what's going on.
Right.
So, for a little bit more, we can provide a true outdoor rated TV. We hang them, we provide them, we set everything up for you.
One stop shop.
Yep. We can add the sound bars, or we can tie them to speakers, whether it be existing speakers or add them in, into the ceiling.
So I don't have to worry about anything. You can come out and make it all work.
Absolutely.
So when you leave, I can turn the TV on and the sound is there. I'm not worrying about programming.
Correct. We do all that for you.
Which is nice. Before we finish up on outdoor living, lighting, because obviously at nighttime I want to be able to see. So talk about outdoor lighting and what's involved and what's out there that really makes it special.
So we do more than just the basic landscape lighting. And again, it's low voltage wiring. So it's what we do all the time. We're used to
Low
voltage wiring.
Low voltage
Low
wiring.
voltage. So again, you're not doing a high draw on, your power. You're not running up your utility bills. It's
Okay.
a low voltage draw.
Okay.
And we design the lights
Learning.
depending on what we're trying to light up. How tall is this tree? What kind of bush is it? What light and is going to work best with this particular plant. But the other thing that we take a look at is the architectural lighting of a home. So, sometimes, when you look at a home and it's got some beautiful arches or pitches or certain windows, and if you add some light to that, it gives really awesome character to a home.
Oh.
And it makes the home pop instead of just having some lights in the yard. All the above or a little bit of anything is better than nothing. And it
Yeah, I
all
would
comes
think.
back to also making your home more safe
And making it home.
and make it at home.
All of this sounds like you can spend more time and feel more at home.
Absolutely.
So, how do people find out more? This is what's your website?
It is Security Vision MB for Myrtle Beach, so securityvisionmb.com.
Episode number 1, Outdoor Living, Security Vision. Michelle Weissman, this has been a blast. Lots more to come. Thank you.
Thank you.